So Meta is down 10% on pretty good volume, and I think it's worth us taking a moment to have a think about what this means, right? What's going on with Meta? The knee-jerk reaction, the knee-jerk instinct, the knee-jerk everything from the retail world, I fielded hundreds of questions today, is, should we buy Meta? I'm going to jump back into Meta. This is an overreaction, and that is usually the case, right? With these big Mag 7 stocks, any dip is a buying opportunity. But I just want to put this into context, and us all to take a deep breath. The retail world have their confidence levels at all-time highs right now. Some of whom have only traded markets for a couple of months, which is a pretty extraordinary situation. And the people who have been trading markets for decades and have seen every situation unfold, of course, they're very cautious on the market right now with very good reason. And we'll get to that in 1 second. Meta in 2022 was spending billions of dollars per quarter on their metaverse ambitions. The market did not like that because they said that they didn't believe that was going to be a good place to be investing their money, and they smashed the stock, and the stock ended up 50-60% off the highs, and there were questions being asked as to whether they would ever recover. Okay, now fast forward a couple of years, and the core business, social media business, high margin business, continues to pump cash into their balance sheet. And they keep spending that money aggressively on AI. Now, the only difference is that the world thinks that AI is going to be very profitable for them. And that may well be true. We don't know yet. We don't have any answers as to how much money they're going to make or when they're going to make it. So the questions are now kind of being answered. That's why the stock sold off, on top of the tax bill, of course, last night. But I just wanted to remind everyone that Meta, it looks and acts a lot of the time, like all the Mag 7, like they're completely bulletproof. But they're not bulletproof. They're stocks like everyone else. And there can be moments when they have significant drawdowns. So I'm nervous on the market in general for multiple reasons. I'm running a professional book. Of course, it has to be hedged. The market, the arse could fall out of the market in 3 seconds. The Fed are all fighting with each other. They've taken December off the table. The deal in China is done, but that's always on tender hooks, and that's now well priced into the market. Retail exuberance has gone well beyond anywhere that's rational. And their confidence levels are sky high, which is always a huge alarm bell. There's lots of things to be concerned about here, guys. Let's see what Amazon and Apple say tonight, of course. But it's not a moment to be being greedy. People quote these famous sayings from the market to me all the time, ones that suit their narrative. What about the most famous saying of all time that Warren Buffett has always banged on about, in terms of being greedy when people are fearful and fearful when people are greedy? That's convenient forgotten. The levels of greed right now are off the charts, okay? And that's not a reason to be bearish on its own, but there's a lot of things going on here. So anyway, I just wanted to clarify that. All the best.